Let's talk about one of my favorite artificial intelligence cryptos. They are attempting to achieve artificial superintelligence. Not sure what could go wrong there. Probably nothing. Everything should be fine. It's going to be smarter than a human being and be able to teach itself and grow and become even more powerful. Should be great. All jokes aside, let's get started. Let's talk about one of my favorite artificial intelligence cryptos. This is crypto for the rest of us. Welcome back 6 days a week, excluding Sunday. And some days I will also do in the evening an ICP Hedera update if there's something I think that's really worth talking about. All right, artificial intelligence is probably one of my top categories, as well as DeFi finance space when it comes to crypto. So I'm going to kind of start from the beginning. I'm not going to go too in depth because there's a lot to cover. But if you're not familiar, here it is, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. And it was made up of 3 companies coming together. You have Fetch.ai, SingularityNET, and Ocean Protocol. Now, all of these could stand alone by themselves, no problem. But they decided, and I believe it was in 2024, when they had the vote and it was agreed that they would all merge together. And they're attempting to create, obviously, artificial human intelligence, the idea that it can do any human task. But then when you talk about super intelligence, well, that's completely different. That's not only doing the basic human tasks and being able to reason and whatnot, but being able to take it a step farther and being even smarter than the average human. The merger of these 3 isn't fully complete, but essentially there's 2 phases, and there's a third thing that just happened recently. The first phase was taking SingularityNET and Ocean Protocol and converting those over to Fetch tokens, FET. So if you look at CoinMarketCap or anything else for that matter, you're going to find that it says Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, but it's under the ticker, so to speak, FET. So you can convert over, you can still do that right now. Phase 2 is where this FET is supposed to change to ASI, Artificial Superintelligence, ASI, even though their acronym should really be ASA, whatever. They're going to go under ASI, and that's phase 2. And here on the SingularityNET, you can go to each one of them. SingularityNET's got their own website. They each have their own website, but the information will soon, I'm assuming, all appear under the ASI webpage. Here's how they characterize it here. ASI, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. SingularityNET's AGIX becoming the ASI token, along with Fetch.ai and Ocean Protocol tokens, as the largest open-sourced independent entity in AI research and development. This alliance aims to accelerate the advancement of decentralized artificial general intelligence and ultimately artificial superintelligence. How would I explain this to myself? As I always say, informational purposes only. I'm a big dumb animal. So how would you explain this to a big dumb animal? I would say, look, you got ChatGPT and all these other, let's call agents, or that you can correspond with, and you can ask questions and you can get answers. So you can get information from it. Well, how is it taught? We don't know. It's a black box. We don't know the information that went in. So decentralized essentially means we're going to know the information that went in. It's on the blockchain. It can be audited. I believe that's the case. So would I rather get my answers out of a black box, and I don't know how it was taught. It might have biases. Who knows? Or would I rather get my answers from something where the input is known and we know how it learned and what it learned on, and that can be audited at any time? I would say the latter. So I'm simplifying this, but in that case, this is what decentralized AI will provide. All 3 of these are amazing companies. And if you're like me, you're looking at the next 6 to 12 months to hopefully have big gains in all of your crypto. I invest for the long term as well, but when it comes to artificial intelligence, I think it's going to take off. When it comes to, I bought Fetch way back when. I bought SingularityNET way back when. I didn't have Ocean Protocol, but I had both of those because I thought they were going to do well by themselves. Together, I think it'll do great. Okay, so if they're all generally working, they have their differences in terms of, if we look at Fetch, you can see their multi-agent, you can see their framework here. I'm not going to get into all of that, but it's interesting. And you can go into Singularity.net, you can go into Ocean Protocol, you can see what they all do individually. But one thing that I think is great, for example, is when you're trying to grow and you're trying to grow fast, you merge or you acquire. You can't grow faster than that. going out and hiring people for different positions and creating an organization and growing the organization and having your org chart and having divide up tasks and all these things, that's great. But if you want to grow even faster, you merge with other companies and or you acquire. So this is a merger, and I believe recently I would call this an acquisition. We all know that artificial intelligence takes a lot of compute power. So you've got your DPIN, you've got your things like render, where you're using their GPUs, and they have a network of GPUs that you can utilize. Okay, but that's a cost that ASI would have to have in order to implement some of their things. So what did they do? They went out and they acquired an infrastructure Web3 company, in essence, owning the whole supply chain, making it cheaper to do what they want to do. Instead of doing everything over here on the A column and then needing to outsource and spend money over here, they went ahead over here and they said, well, we'll just buy one of these. We'll acquire it. And that should reduce our costs. I think that's what they're thinking. So that just happened recently. I've got a video on that, but now you know, don't even need to watch the video. So let's talk about the token and the price. If you look at it on CoinMarketCap, of course, it's under FET. Current market cap, 3.4 billion. Fully diluted, 3.6 billion, because most of the tokens are already out there. This is after the merger of all of them, except for the Cudos. We know Cudos is happening. And that will be, so that's after the merger of all of them, 3.6 billion fully diluted. If you look at the AI and the top tokens, you've got here Near Protocol, ICP. I would think it's more in the realm of a BitTensor. Near and ICP, they're not just AI. So if you look at BitTensor, what I think is interesting is they're fully diluted is 10 billion. 3 times that of Fetch. So let's keep that in the back pocket. Now let's look at Fetch. This is a daily chart. Around here back in 2024 was when the merger was approved. It took off just like everything else in the March-April timeframe, but it's about 1.3. This is the 200-day blue line moving average. $1.30. This is October 3rd. I think I'm publishing this on maybe the 4th or the 5th. But you've got probably a 3x. So you've got something like BitTensor, which is 3 times fully diluted market cap. So there you go. There's a 3x. Then you've got, just to get back to March and April, a 3x. So there, you combine those two, you've got a 6x. So I would think a 6x is no problem. I'm really, I know this sounds crazy to say, in the 10 to 20x camp when it comes to Fetch. The fact that they've done this amazing merger, and by the way, they have people like SingularityNET, Ben Gortzel, you can read up on him. Fascinating, amazing man. Again, that just goes to the idea that when you're merging and you've got 3 companies doing great things, not only are you merging those companies, but you're merging those people. And you couldn't go out and hire some of these people. Like that founder, no one's going out and hiring someone like that. He's founding one company after another. So to obtain someone like that, you got to do this merger. So it has an exponential effect. The sum of those 3 companies, now with Cudos, the sum of those 4 companies is way greater than 4. Because you've got the tech, you've got whatever they've accomplished up to this point, you've got what's going to happen when they're able to integrate, and then of course you have the individuals that have come on board. So to me, I have no idea where this is going to go. I will have sell orders in the magnitude of 6 to 14x, and then I'm going to hold quite a bit back because I think it can run even higher. But we're going to see. This is one of my favorites by far. But I'm going to hold on to quite a bit, maybe hold back about 30%. We'll see how the market goes. And then 20x, I don't think would be out of the realm of possibility, if not more. Over time, I think this is going to be a killer. Thank you for watching. Hope we can all make generational wealth together with crypto. Have a great day.